of properties coming on the market. So hooray, hooray. It's always an interesting conversation that I have with buyers in February, and they start to panic and they think they're never going to find a house. And then sure enough, stuff starts popping up. So take a breather. This is going to work. We're going to make this happen for you. Stay on top of it with your lender. As interest rates adjust, it does affect your purchase power. So that's my one word to the wise is as interest rates are moving around, which is pretty typical. Just make sure you're staying in touch with your lender, especially right before you make an offer and you're deciding how high you want to go on that price and what kind of payment you're committing to, just so you know what you need to know in order to do that properly. So there you go. Real estate update for the week. If you have questions about real estate, buying or selling, you're kind of trying to come up with a strategy, I encourage you to reach out. I am always happy to answer your questions. You can reach me via email, nicole@NicoleMangina.com. There you go. I'm so excited for today's guest because buying and selling a house is all about lifestyle. It's not about bedrooms and baths. It's about the life you're going to live in your home. And today we have the ultimate lifestyle guru, celebrity, local, you name it. She's the master. We have Monica Hart joining us today. And yay!
Good morning. Hi. You're so kind. Oh my gosh. I was taking notes on what you were saying about the market and all that.
Totally. Yes, for sure. It's a nutty one, but it's good.
Just hang on. Yeah. Hang on for the ride.
Exactly. So, people say Monica Hart, and of course I know who Monica Hart is. I'm like, and I'm assuming the whole world does, but just in case,
you're the one. Yeah. Thank you. You're the one. Thank you.
Who doesn't know who you are? You are the local master. You're in the 45 magazine.
I feel the pressure.
No, there's no pressure. You're amazing.
Thank you.
You have the most beautiful recipes and tablescapes. I always every time I get the magazine, I'm like, ooh, who can I have over? Or, sometimes it's COVID and we can't do that. But even just for our family, I'm like, there's a new recipe to try. Or how about we sit down and do family dinner?
You were so cute. You tried one of the recipes. That was so nice of you. I think it was the tomato soup. That was so awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yay.
It was a great recipe.
Easy. Always easy.
Yeah. Exactly. So what is it? You got all kinds of stuff going on. I can do my version of it, but why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you do?
What I do? Well, I think my mission is to make it beautiful and keep it real. That's always been my mantra, whether it's cooking, design, gardening, to make it beautiful and keep it real. So beautiful ingredients, fresh, organic, gorgeous pieces, but everything I do, I want it to be super doable. You don't have to spend a ton of money to do this. And that's my mission, to keep it beautiful, keep it affordable, and make it real. So
perfect. So with everyday lifestyle tips that include decorating and tablescapes and how to throw a party.
Parties. Yeah, yep. I told you I'm a party waiting to happen over here.
I love it.
It's waiting to happen.
But you make it so accessible. I have to admit, I get a little nervous about having people over sometimes. And then I look at your spreads in the 425 magazine. I'm like, I could do that.
I'm so glad you said that. And that's my mission. And that's my goal, to say, I can do that and maybe do it better. And if you do, I love that. And I love to see what people do and how they turn it and put their own spin on it, because that's what entertaining and lifestyle is. You do what you love and you put your spin on it. So
yes. Well, thank you for inspiring all of us to.
Thank you. Gosh.
Yeah. Absolutely. In fact, if you're out there listening, Monica has the most inspiring Instagram feed. You've got all kinds of stuff on there. You're Monica Hart 1, the number 1 on Instagram, right?
Yeah, come say hi. I'd love to talk to you. I get the opportunity with 425 magazine to work with some amazing people, amazing photographers, editors, layout people, and Lisa Patterson, editor-in-chief. She's just wicked smart and really fun to work with. So I feel really blessed.
Yeah.
To work with so many wonderful people. So,
and you're connected with a lot of people, because I know you show up in the 425 magazine, but you work with the Bellevue collection. You're
right. We're shooting today in a few hours. Yeah, we're shooting the Belly collection in a few hours today at the house. And then 425, we're shooting the April issue. Yes, on Friday.
I love
Have
it.
a chance to do things with King 5. We did a thing with Evening Magazine for the holidays. Had a chance 5 or 6 times to go down to the Hallmark Channel and work on Home and Family in Los Angeles. And that was a real thrill. So just a lot of cool opportunities. And to have a second chapter to your life. I mean, my life was journalism and broadcasting and TV news, sports, lifestyle, TV wise. And then to have this on this other end of my life, I just am so, so grateful, to have a second act.
Perfect. Well, thank you for sharing all of your talents with all of us. In fact, I know the 425 magazine showed up at my house this week and I was like, ooh, what's Monica got going? What can I do with my tables?
Oh, you're so nice. Well, we did a little romance at 425, like Return to Romance. And I'm not going to lie, it was inspired by the Netflix show Bridgerton, which I just think the sets are so beautiful. The costumes are so beautiful and it's a cool story. And I was just inspired just by the beauty of it. And through this whole period, one of my things was like, put beauty into the world. If ever people needed just a little bit of beauty every day, a little dose of beauty, I think like this is it. So I just tried my own very small way to put that out there.
I love it. Did I see in one of your posts that the gal that wrote the Bridgerton series, is she a local gal?
Yes, she's from Seattle. She lives in Seattle, apparently. Right.
Amazing. I know.
Yeah,
I know. Well, I would say I'm addicted to the show, but that would imply I'm still watching it. I totally powered through that thing. It was such
might have to do a repeat of that one. No, it's so beautiful. In fact, the cherry blossoms, I went to University of Washington, so it reminds me of the quad at UW in the spring with all the cherry blossoms, and it just this feel of spring and rebirth and renewal, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So that was my inspiration for our little return to romance in 425 magazine in March. So.
I thought it was great. And I love to see when people translate that stuff, whether it's Bridgerton or anything, right? When you see something on a bigger, grander scale,
right.
Then, but what does that look like for every day, right? How could I do that and make it fun so that, it feels good. Yeah.
Make it modest. And again, like to make it beautiful, but make it totally doable. And you don't have to spend big bucks to make that happen. And just flowers and, I did I think a strawberry tower and a footed bowl. And it was just like really easy stuff. Some spring salads. Really fun thing we did. I saw this out there where you make focaccia and you can get the dough, you can pre-buy it or make it yourself, up to you. So you do the focaccia thing and then you take vegetables and you turn them into flowers and grasses and you decorate and create this kind of like spring needlework on your pizza or focaccia before you bake it. Super easy, takes no time at all, especially if you pick up the dough, say at, Met Market or at Trader Joe's. And it just turns out so cool. And you have your kids do it. You can cut little peppers and you can create flowers and grasses with, leeks and things like that. And it looks so cool and it's so easy. So that's okay. Cool and easy.
Yeah. There was a picture of that in the 425 magazine. And I thought that is the coolest thing ever.
If you have kids, they would love it. It took like 2 seconds, Yeah.
So I think it's great. And what I love about all of this is you inspire us to at least try, right? We'll do our version.
Hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay.
May or may not look like the magazine shoot version of it, but just to even have fun, to try it, to expand our horizons. And then at least for me, it always motivates me, whether it's, how can we get together with people and I can share it with them, or even just to bring our family together and, let's enjoy a really nice meal, knowing that, a lot of times during the week, you're just trying to get people fed and,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
but this is a quick one and easy, and it's just fun, and our home is our haven right now. It's been for months and months. And so, and that, that's not going to end. We're in this still. And I love little things that can kind of lift the experience.
Totally. Well, and I think, like you said, I think we're still in this for a while. And either way, as the weather gets nicer and, or if we've got outdoor spaces, I think the outdoor entertaining is here to stay. At least I hope it is. That was one of my favorite things about last year is, being able to get together with people, but we do it, more outside because you get the fresh air.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. The human spirit finds a way. that
It
was one of the
does.
most inspiring things with all of this, that I mean, you just would find these businesses with little tents, and everybody's trying to find a way. And I was really inspired by that,
I
through
was
this
too.
process. Yeah.
I think it's great. So to have
Sure.
some of these tips. So let's talk about some tips. What are some fun things we can be doing around our house?
Oh,
I love the
okay.
focaccia idea. I totally am going to do that this weekend.
Well, one of the things that saved me was my kitchen garden. And I've always had the kitchen garden. I'm half Italian. We were talking about, we're both half
Yeah.
Italian. And I grew up with my grandma and my mom and dad having this beautiful kitchen garden. We always had roasted peppers and everything, organic and beautiful. And I've always had a modest garden, but with the pandemic, I decided, let's just go take it a step further. And so
Yeah.
I do grow things from seed, but I grew all of these things from seed, and I'm just starting to do it again now. So that's one thing, to get a little pot and start putting some seeds in there. In a matter of days, you're going to see sprouts for tomatoes, cucumbers. I think I did tomatillo. I did tomatillo soup. It's like amazing. And I had them all along our property, and it really saved me. Just being there, my hands in the dirt, and it's something you can do. It's inexpensive, organic, and you can start now. Start from seed. And if you don't want to do it from seed, the starts are going to come into the local nurseries anyway. But starting from seed is so easy. And if you have kids, it's so fun. They go and they look like every day, like what's popped up. And it's just a beautiful way to celebrate food and family. And I mean, like all summer long, I was in Daisy Dukes and rubber boots, which I know the thought of that will probably send you to therapy just alone. But like, I was just out there every day. We got a new dog right before the lockdown kind of thing. And so he and I would just roam the property, and I'd be in the dirt digging. And so that's one really fun thing to do right now, to do little starts, get some dirt, little pots, you start them indoors. And then when it gets warmer, you can bring them out maybe toward the end of mid-May and start planting them in the garden. And what I do is I get canning jars, and I put them over the starts in the dirt, glass canning jars, and it kind of is this mini little greenhouse. So all along our property, I can see them out there. They're out there on the table now. But I had all these little glass jars up and down the property, these little mini greenhouses for my starts, so that they would, have a chance to really get a good start in life. So, and it worked. It was amazing.
I've never heard of that, but that's genius.
Yeah,
Especially,
he doesn't have a canning jar,
yeah. I don't know what kind of dogs you have, but mine would probably tear through the starts, or something would come and eat them.
Yeah, there is. I have a golden
Protect them a
retriever,
little bit.
a golden retriever named Max. He's over on the side. If you hear panting, that's not me. It's Max. But if I say his name out loud, he'll come to see me. So then it's over. He's a golden retriever. He's going to be 2.5 years old in about a month. And he's got the mane of a lion. He's amazing. And he's just such a blessing to our family. So.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, I was not going to get another dog, by the way. We've had many dogs, and we had a golden retriever named Ava for 16 years, and she passed away. But and so I thought, I'm done. I think I'm done. And then I kind of weakened, and I thought, well, maybe I'll get a small dog, maybe like a doodle or like something hairless. No, I get a full-on 74-pound golden retriever, Maximus, with the mane of a lion. I mean, he sheds in drifts, like just drifts of But he's wonderful. I'm just so grateful. He's our support animal. I swear.
Oh, that's awesome.
Totally. Yeah.
I know. We have 2 dogs that I convinced my husband to get under duress, and now he's like the biggest fan of all of them.
They're amazing. Our fur babies. They're amazing. Yeah. Super fun.
I love the gardening idea. I think that's great. And you're right. There's just something kind of cool and special about growing your own food and being able to go out and see that in the backyard. And I mean, I'm amazed at the progression of something, right? You get this little start, and then all of a sudden at the end, you've got like cucumbers or tomatoes or something.
Absolutely. And one thing I love to do is I grow edible flowers. So I have a whole edible flower section that's really hot. You freeze them in ice cubes and throw them into your, champagne bucket. It looks so pretty. They're for garnishes. And the funny thing is, like, they each have it. Some taste like cucumbers, some taste like onions, some taste like, and you can grow these. And what I like to do is create these amazing salads. And then if you have people over, well, when we did have people over, hopefully this summer we will too. I'll give them some clippers and a basket. Say, hey, could you pick a few edible flowers for me? And then we'll top a gorgeous like caprese salad with edible flowers. And what I love about that is that gets your guests into the mix. People like to help. They like to kind of, help out, and it makes people feel at home. And it's just a really fun way. Or I have a salad. I call it my salad bar, because I have like a bunch of homegrown lettuce. I go, hey, give them a colander. Could you go over there and cut some salad for our dinner tonight? And like, they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it'd be great. Just clip a few and then we'll rinse them. And it's just a really great way to get people involved in the process and make them feel like home, like they're at home.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good idea. I love edible flowers. That is my favorite go-to thing to put in a salad whenever we have people over, just because
Right.
it's different. And it's always so funny, you know, when people sit down and they're like,
Yeah,
how's
it's not edible. Yeah. And you can get them at the grocery store, but like you can grow incredible varieties. And so it just makes it amazing. It's just so pretty. So that's another fun thing I like to do in the summer.
And they've got great flavor to them. And, you know, I don't know what I was expecting a flower to taste like, but they do. They've got some really amazing
Yeah,
flavor.
there's this bright blue one. It's called borage, and it tastes like cucumber. And so when I make a cucumber gin and tonic with like fresh cucumber, I'll float some of those in there, and like your cocktail just shines. And it's so easy. I mean, you know, why not? And it's a perennial. I can see it out there. It's blooming right now. It's coming back now from last year.
Oh, perfect.
So,
See,
yeah.
People out there listening, you too can have an amazing cocktail bar and salads and everything when people come over with your flowers. I think that's great.
Just fun flower. Yeah, I love that. Another, I mean, we were talking about earlier about helping businesses out with takeout.
Yeah.
And that's a really fun thing to do as well, to go get takeout and then bring it home and dress it up on your plates. Add the flowers, add the extras. I love herb garnishes. If you don't have an herb garden, I hope you grow one. I mean, rosemary, are you kidding me? All year long. Coming up is going to be barbecue season, and I love to take the sturdy rosemary stems and I use them. I get them wet, soak them in water, and then I'll put, you know, the beef or whatever chicken on it, and I'll actually grill things on the barbecue on the rosemary branch, and it imparts this amazing flavor. Plus, it looks gorgeous when you put it on a platter. So herb gardens, I mean, everything I do has like herbs in it. Can you tell I'm Italian? Like, look at me. I'm just like totally
Great.
hey.
If you're
like an herb garden, if you're not
for this episode, you're missing out.
if you're not doing a full-on garden, try a little herb garden. I mean, all you need is, if you have a sunny deck, I mean, that's all you need. A sunny window, you can totally grow herbs. And I can't say enough. And what it adds flavor, and visually, we eat with our eyes first. It's just amazing. So, and it's organic. So it's good.
Yeah, which is great. And herbs they're pretty hardy. They're pretty, like, once you get them in the ground, they're
right.
kind of set it and forget it for the most part type of thing to grow. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, no, I mean, garden season is coming up. And so I'm so excited about that. It's just so fun.
Yeah. Can you put your stuff in the ground? Like you said, May, do you have to wait for the freeze to be done? Or like if you put.
For sure. And that's why I start them indoors. And then I use that little greenhouse effect with any kind of like a large canning jar. And then once it's nice, at like the end of May, you know, then I can pull that off. But yeah, it makes a huge difference. And I can't wait to get my rubber boots and Daisy Dukes and send more people into therapy. Yeah, there we go.
I think it's great. If you're
did you say Daisy Dukes and rubber boots, by the way?
I did.
Okay, it's my double check.
That was my uniform.
Yeah, want to make sure everyone.
But I said the visual will send people into therapy. So yeah. Oh well.
That's awesome.
Well. But what are you gonna do? Hey, I was in the privacy of my backyard. Come on, it's okay, right?
I bet you were rocking them. I have no doubt.
Yeah, not so much, but no, it's fun. And see, what do we have coming up? We've got on Friday we're shooting. I'm kind of doing a little St. Patrick's Day vibe to my, bringing in some green. I'm not necessarily a green person, like as far as decor goes, but I'll bring it in with plants and ferns and maybe glassware. So I'm after I shoot today for the Belby collection, I'm going to start setting up for that on Friday.
That's awesome.
But St. Patty's Day, we're all Irish on St. Patty's Day, right?
Always.
Yeah.
Everybody's Irish.
Totally. So I'm going to come up with a fun cocktail, something with a little green. But again, the green will probably be like a cucumber, sliced cucumber, and a big sprig of mint or basil or something like that in the cocktail. But just things like that. Like I said, you eat with your eyes, and there's just fun ways to dress things up. And if you do have people come over, that you can get these mini shakers, cocktail shakers for one. They're individual. And I used to have girls' night in with Monica Hart at my house, and people would come and we'd make like petite pies, and I'd have cocktails. And so I got all these shakers, and I'd load it all in there, and then they would shake their own. And you'd be surprised how many people haven't really ever, used a cocktail shaker. And these ladies thought it was so fun, to do that. And you dress, what I like to do is dress the glassware ahead. So I'll dip it in lemon or lime or whatever, and then roll it in sugar, or maybe it's flavored sugar. And then put them in a refrigeration drawer or freezer drawer. And so the glasses are all ready to go, and you just bring them out on a tray. I preload the mix into each individual shaker. And so boom, you've got cocktail hour in no time at all for an entire party. It's kind of fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like you need a video because like you get the little dances going with a cocktail shaker.
I might pull something. I don't know. Yeah, I used to dance. Not as much anymore. But we should dance more, right?
I think so. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, dance like, is it dance like no one's watching?
I think. Well, yeah, and right now you're dancing at home, so really nobody is watching.
No one is watching. The dog doesn't care. MAX doesn't care. Yeah,
he does not care. My kids might see me, but they are already embarrassed by me, so it's not like I would be making.
Oh, I call that payback. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Payback. Yeah. What goes around comes around for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. If you are just tuning in today, we have Monica Hart on the show with us today, talking about all kinds of amazing, super fun, simple things. Easy.
Yeah.
Stuff.
It's funny. The most, like, I could do something elaborate and I won't get that kind of feedback. But if it's something like that focaccia or like floral ice cubes, I mean, then you get this huge response. And you think it's just some small little thing. Oh, I won't put it out there, or I'll not make a thing of it. And that's the thing that people react to, because it's something they can do in an instant. It's almost free if you can get. You can do herbs if you can get flowers in your garden. It's free. It's water. I mean, in ice tray. And in fact, we can't fit anything in our freezer. It's filled with ice cubes, every single shape. They've got every single flower in them, but I'm a party waiting to happen. I'm good to go. Yeah.
I love it. They probably keep for a while. They can hang out.
Oh yeah.
You need
they're okay. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's
that good. Awesome. Well, and it's, but those little things, they're so doable. Like it feels like, okay, I can tackle this, right? And it's not going to take me 15 hours to do. But that little thing makes the biggest difference, A, when you're doing it, but B, when you're on the receiving end, right? If somebody hands you a cocktail and there's a flower in the ice cube, I mean, it's just super cool, but it's one of those really small but thoughtful things that like, this person cared enough to make this a special moment.
And you know what? That creates a story. And like when I entertain, I want there to be a story behind it. And now lots of times, like I'll use, say, my grandma's champagne glasses that I got when I was, they were handed down to me, or my mom's dishware, just a little bit here and there. And then it becomes a conversation and a story, and it gives your gathering soul. Yes. And so like, make it beautiful, keep it real, and do something soulful. And it can just be like just a little note of it. And then it encourages other people. Oh my gosh, I've got my grandmother's such and such. Maybe I should pull that out. I'm like, yes, you should. Let's go. Yeah. So,
and
keep it soulful.
And that's one of the great things that has come out of COVID, at least for us, right? Like, use the good china on Tuesday night, drink the amazing wine on a Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like all of those things that you're just always putting off, or even just putting a little bit of effort into dinner, like, do it today. We're always waiting for something, right? Like the big thing or the special, like today's special. Let's make
every day. Right. Every day is special. And I know what you mean. Like our dining room was basically reserved for, bigger gatherings, but we've been eating in there all the time. I'm like, why not? It's a cool room. As you said, like, what am I waiting for? I don't need a party. And if it's just like three of us, like, who cares? This is great. Let's do this. And it's not fancy. I'm not putting a bunch of money in it. Lots of times I use hacks, like going to get pre-arranged bouquets that are inexpensive. And then I just kind of separate them out, maybe buy a couple of them and put all the pinks together and all the whites together and create little cups or even mason jars down the table. And you have this really inexpensive, fun, easy centerpiece for almost nothing, for like everyday entertaining.
Yeah, that is something I always love seeing in your Instagram feed. Again, Monica Hart and the number 1 on Instagram. Go check it out. You'll be so motivated and inspired. But you do the best tablescapes. Which is something that I always feel like I struggle with. So I always get lots of good ideas.
and they're usually organic. It's almost always organic. Like I said, like to keep it real. And so I'll, get ficus or I don't know, fresh greenery. And like we have lots of trees here, olive trees, bay trees, and I'll just go out in the garden and clip those And those are edible. So it's really fun to have that, you know, dancing down your table because it's edible and it has fragrance, the bay leaves, and it's just pretty. And it kind of goes with, lots of time I do a vodka and bay prime rib. And so I'll always decorate with like bay branches because I have bay in the prime rib. Why not have that in the decor on the table? So
I think that's great.
Kind of one of my, so again, plant bay trees. We have so many, like we have fig trees. When I was growing up, my grandma had fig trees. So when we moved to this property, I planted them, and now they're like a nature's arbor. And I'm always giving them away, but I'll do, you know, roasted figs, like on crostini or something like that. But I know once I make fig infused vodka, I know I'm done. Like, okay, I'm done with the figs and I need to give the rest away. Okay, I've done I'll do a fig tart, you know, all these things. So when I get to I'm like, I'm out. I'm done now. Yeah. I need to share the wealth.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. I so appreciate you joining us today. This
is really fun.
It's super fun chatting with you.
Thank you.
I'm going to go plant some trees and make some focaccia. I got my out for me. This is good.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. You're just a delight to talk to, just so warm and inviting. Thanks, you guys. It's really an honor and I really appreciate the opportunity.
So. Absolutely. Monica Hart 1 on Instagram. Follow her. You'll be so glad you did. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. See you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
All clear, ladies. Nice job.
Awesome.
Okay.